Well, the Cavs season is over, and it's going to be known more for who didn't play rather than the play on the floor. For the players on the floor, Mobley had a really good second half. Mobley showed a lot in these last 3 games. Maybe there's something there. That's potentially exciting. There's going to be a lot of discussion on what to think about Garland this offseason, as there should be. He did not play well. He did not play well all season. He took a major step sideways to backwards. Major backwards. What are they going to do with Garland? Big the conversation. Marquise Morris might want to sign that guy to a contract. Garland is going to be talked about for other email. I agree with you about the fight, but the real storyline here is injuries. What's going to happen with Mitchell, Garland, and JB? Joe, I would probably get a new coach. I would really think about these injuries. These injuries, and by the way, Dean Wade just came back. He's been injured too much. These guys are not playing enough. I'm not debating the injury. I'm debating they're not available. Cavs need players more available throughout the season. And my God, in the playoffs. Garland has been the same since he got hurt. Emil, I thought he was off all year. All year. I thought he was off even before he broke his jaw. Garland's paid too much money not to show up. Jeff, he is paid like a max player, and he plays like a backup point guard. I thought for a backup point guard, he played pretty well. If that was Craig Porter tonight, I'd say, yeah, pretty good game. For Darius Garland, not good enough. Not good enough. He's missing too many shots. He doesn't know how to take the ball and put it in cruise. Garland needs to go, says Big Dog. Not good enough. There's going to be a lot of discussion about that. JB needs to go. I do think it's time for a change for JB Bickerstaff. Nice man. I think they need someone in here a little bit more with the strategy. Kobe needs to go. It's debatable there too. Mitchell is probably going to go. I don't know about that. Time to move on from Garland. Garland was frustrating, Bobby. Frustrating. The thing is, who's going to take him? Need better casserole players as well. Ethan, I would argue if you would have gotten better play out of Garland, I think everything's fine. Marquise Morris actually performed. He played really well. Dean Wade hurt too much. I think Dean Wade is overhyped by some. He didn't look good. Dean Wade didn't play well. Sorry. The rebounding is atrocious. Strus in the first half, he was good. Second half, Strus! JB is toast. Garland is going to need to work his ass off the offseason. JB out, King James in. That might happen. Thompson Mitchell is out. He already gone. Oh, Robin Ann, who I don't know. I miss Robin Ann. Miss our rummy games. Robin Ann, I think Mitchell's actually going to be here next year. I do. Marcus Morris deserves a contract. Yes, he does. JB definitely out. I do think it's time to move on from JB and get someone fresh eyes in. I still believe in Garland. DEP, I give you a lot of credit, man. After watching this year, forgetting this game, in this series, in the playoffs, Garland struggled in 23-24. Who would you choose as JB's replacement? I would get someone young and spunky. Maybe a Luke Walton. Maybe one of the assistants from the Cavs. The lights are too bright. They were a little bit. Freddie Kitchens coaching the Cavs next season. All for it. All for it. Pittsburgh started it, Stan. Garland's last game. Hope to God. Probably not beat Cato. I do think Garland's going to have to come back. He cannot play like this. Not having Mitchell now really hurt. LB Brown's did. But it's the cast of injuries. LeVert tonight. Dean Wade throughout the playoffs. There's every time we talked, injuries. And it's been this way the last 2 years. Cavs have got to get healthy. I'm going to tell you, a big thing for me this offseason, who can play? Hang on, check and see if JB's house is up for sale. Emil, thank you. Thank you, Cavs fans. Finally move on from basketball. BK Rod, it is. Cookie gave up a cookie. 2-0, bad guys. Garland got to go. We must improve the rebounding. I mean, Elisa, it was embarrassing tonight. Nothing to do with points, nothing to do with talent. The Cavs can't rebound. Problem last year, problem this year. Elisa, good to see you. How are you? There was an article today that says the Cavs have some problems with strength and conditioning. Tennis Suite, I confirm. They just don't have players that can play throughout the season. This has been a theme through the last 2.5 seasons. Cavs can't stay healthy from beginning to end. I don't want to see Coach Mitchell. I want to see Mitchell on the floor. Time to drown my sorrows in cider. That's a good idea. Jaden, how the hell does a center outscore a point guard? I don't know. Jaden, Mobley really did have a growth in these last 3 games. That's exciting. Allman has to go. I would agree. I think it might be time for a change there, too. Garland and Okoro need to go. Boy, Okoro. He had a wonderful regular season. I thought he really improved, this postseason. His defense was good as offense. Okoro just doesn't play good enough. What coach is out there? Tennis Suite, I would bring someone from internal the organization. I just think they need a new voice, someone with strategy background. Someone who's strategic-minded. I'll come up with a name later, but this is not working. JB's a solid man. Love the actual guy. Just need a better coach. I agree with the big dog. That's how I feel, too. This team fought so hard tonight, and really this series. Kate and Vincent, I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'll say this about the Cavs. They did play hard. Here's my one thing about this. The Cavs, I think, could have won this series if they had players on the floor, if Garland played much better. That's frustrating. It's frustrating. But you're right, they did play hard. Andy. Oh, Popester! I just saw your first comment. I didn't see your other ones. I apologize. They are down 2-0, Cam. Popester, fire away. I'll talk to you. I just don't know why Niang was out there. Niang had to be out there. Cadence didn't have anybody else available. Niang really played poorly at the end of the year. Whew. We need Brandon Ingram. Well, that'd be great. How the hell are they going to get Brandon Ingram? How? They don't have a budget. Garland to the Lakers. Ugh. You better get players back, though, not draft picks. A90515B. Okoro was a liability on defense. And he doesn't rebound. That's why he didn't play. His offensive skills were very poor. I hate the Celtics more than the Knicks now. Popester, that's fair. Celtics drive me crazy. Their home crowd's overrated, by the way. I thought that was a soft home crowd. Soft! Boston soft. Mitchell is going to sign long-term. Tennis Suite, I hope you're right. I think he'll be here next year. Incredibly hard to compete this short-handed. I agree with you. B. Cato, Boston isn't that good. Very overrated. I agree with you about that as well. Oh, Emil is ready to ship Garland across the globe. Go get some of my Nova guys. Okay, Robin Ann. We are not in college. This is in a transfer portal. Robin Ann's good people, though. Imagine not playing Morris. I know, Scotty. Why wasn't Marcus Morris playing more? Why wasn't Tristan Thompson playing more? Merrill got a lot of playing time late. Where was that? He's very sporadic with his rotations. Mitchell's under contract for next year? Yes. J.J. Redick, that'd be great. I would take J.J. Redick. 417 from a guy that makes $40 million a year. Blake, it was horrific. And it put a cherry on a Sunday of a bad season. Garland was bad from the start of the season to the end. I felt bad because he got injured in Boston. Once he came back, his nonverbal, his emotions, his facial expressions were poor. Even during the game against the Celtics here tonight, at one point it looked like he got hurt, and he was talking to Sam Cassell and laughing. It's like, you're in a playoff game, dude! Let's win the game! Garland giggling. Like, come on. Jeez. Don't chat with the assistant coach on the opposing team. Win the game! In Cleveland, we're about winning games. Would you take a Garland and other assets for Brandon Ingram? Yes, in a heartbeat, actually. Who replaces Garland? Porter? Mitchell? I'm not worried about that. I can't believe they have Draymond doing commentary on TNT. Stan's been interesting so far. Morris and Mobley, though. They were both good. Mobley is very exciting for next year. Worried about Mitchell leaving? No, I think he'll be here next year. Now, after that, it's a much different story. Screw Draymond running his mouth from a studio. I can't hear what he's saying, so I don't know. Allen punked out. Jay Murphy, there's going to be a lot of questions about him. I will not question about his injuries. He sat out. He said he was injured. I'll take him for his word. He didn't play. But I'll say this. Him not playing was a major drag in the playoffs. Mitchell not playing. I mean, he was injured too. Hurts. But I don't like LeVert. Oh my! I mean, LeVert's out. How many players are going to be out in a major playoff game? It's like... Oh, subject change. What do you think of the Browns' schedule? They have to go 6-3 in the first 9. That last 8 is brutal. Not enough talent on the floor with injuries. Agreed. Yeah, they can sign a veteran point guard. Boston is a beatable team if we had a team. Yes, tennis sweet. This series was to be gotten. The only thing I got from a basketball standpoint, they have to learn how to box out. Ass into player, box out, ball down here, and then you go. And that is a double play to end the inning. John Billman, yes. What did he say? What did he said slugs. Slugs! I said slugs! Is that the exit? Oh, thank you. Ugh. Beeline and Trevor Bauer leaving are two of my favorite, just calamities. Beeline, I didn't say thugs. I said slugs. And then Bauer throws the ball over center field fence. Can't make it up. Hugh Jackson, Coach Calf. Sure, Jared Allen punked out this whole series. Jay Murphy, he's going to get questioned about it. I believe he got it. I believe he got hurt. I believe he can play. But he's got to be more available next year. We got to get players who can play. When we looked like he evolved. I agree with you, Tristan. I thought I saw some growth there, too. JB playing too many minutes. I don't know what you're saying there. Who is going to win the championship? Guardians or Browns? Oh, let's go Browns. Super Bowl. Rebounding is toughness thing is not enough. Yeah, I agree with you about that. They got to get more tough about these rebounds. I'm very frustrated the way the season ended. How could you not, Oberillas? It's frustrating. Cavs didn't have their best team out there at the end of the year. Very, very frustrating. Jay Reddick, now man, yep, need a new voice. Mobley, Mitchell, and Allen needs to be the big 3. Might be true there, Tristan. There's a lot of truth to that. These last few games make me think Okoro wouldn't be worth a big contract. A guy named Bill, I do agree with you, Bill. I don't think Okoro's worth it. And he had a wonderful regular season. He played terrible in the postseason. Bring back Ty Lue, J.R. Smith, Deli, Channing. Yes, let's turn back the clock to ESPN Classic email. I would love to see all those players. Ty Lue would be great. Not as demoralizing as last season. Yes and no. The loss to the Knicks was gut-wrenching. The thought of next year for the Cavs is gut-wrenching. Gut-wrenching. Hot take. The Cavs play better when we don't have the core 4 out there. Blake, I might be right about that. Actually, I think you are right. Yeah, Garland really needs stuff. Yes, Garland makes me feel empty inside. Strus, Okoro, and Yang need to go. I'll keep Strus. I like Strus. He's Strus to me. But don't get me wrong. Sometimes I go, Strus! Bring back LeBron. I would take Jaden McDaniels and Mike Conley. Yeah, I would take Conley for sure. Do you think if LeBron joins Mitchell, we'd win the title next season? Yes, I actually do. Yes. If JB goes, who should they bring in? I would like to see a younger coach like Luke Walton or DJ. My most important thing is someone who strategically strategizes during the game. But we find some growth. I agree with you about that. Draft Bronny, sure. Morris and Thompson not playing enough shows JB's incompetent. Obrellas, I'll just say this. I thought at times he showed a lot of head-scratching moves again. Even towards the end of this game, not having certain players on the floor was goofy. I know people are saying Okoro, but Okoro didn't play well in this game. But why did Merrill play more throughout the series? Why did Marquise Morris play more in this series? I don't know. Everybody's ready to get rid of JV and Garland. Austin, Mobley, so much better when he makes quick decisions. I do see what you're saying there. I agree with you. Mobley really grew in this series, Austin. To be fair, Mobley did not play this way in the regular season. And actually, through most of the playoffs, Mobley struggled. Some light bulb came on in these last 3 games. BKO don't need a superstar point guard. Get a veteran guard. You do need a superstar point guard. What I'm saying is your superstar point guard should be Mitchell. Who's winning the NBA Finals? Denver Nuggets. I wouldn't mind JJ Redick. Neither would I. At least we proved the Celtics were frauds. I agree with you about that, Joe, man. Allen out actually helped Mobley get his offense going. BKO well said. The new coach or JB has to figure out the rotation between those two. They play much better apart. And that's actually a good thing. That means the Cavs have got 2 good players that are clogging up the lane. Not watching another minute of the NBA playoffs, says Tristan. Tristan's protesting. He's done. Garland seemed out when he was in. I agree with you about that, Ed. Again, a lot of times he would just be, just seems like he's out of it. Send Carrasco back to the minors, says Stan. Yeah, 2-0. And our new favorite reliever, Sandlin. Boy, who'd ever thought we'd say that? Adam Mobley, big 3 next season. It's the last game of the year, and you guys can't just suck it up and play. Right breath. There's going to be a lot of people saying that, and it's a fair comment. I'll believe that they are injured, but I understand people saying that. Elisa. He said thugs. Yes, I know. Browns record prediction, 10-7. Baseball. God, this at bat by a nail was pathetic. It was not fun. And that is gone. Boy, Garcia. I'm so glad he doesn't, when he hits home runs, I'm so glad he doesn't just, stand like a statue and watch the ball go out. He's annoying. Go Guards! Niang and Okoro. Yes, Robert and go Guards. We had bad luck this year with all the injuries. Costas, we've had bad luck with injuries last two seasons. The Cavs have had 2 seasons in a row with a lot of injuries. Niang and Okoro. Extremely disappointing. Yes, and yes in the playoffs. Hope we give Amani some playing minutes next year. Chris, he was not ready this year, but I agree with you about next year. Amani Bates should get more playing time. Are you trading anyone big? What would you do in the offseason? Matthew, I would call the Phoenix Suns and I would ask them, is Durant up for sale? If Durant's up for sale, I would ask him, do you want to come to Cleveland? And then, of course, before then, I'd call Mr. King, LeBron James. Mobley's going to be so good for us next few years. I hope you're right. Kobe needs to go. Look, he's got some things in his arsenal. No one says no to Luke Walton. I don't think Luke Walton's going to be that bad, actually. When Mobley doesn't think he is such a good player, Blake, a lot of people are referencing that. He looked more fluid tonight for sure. Why doesn't Mitchell even give it a go? Donahue, from what I've heard, sounds like he's really injured. Garland, 4 of 17 shooting, gotta go. Steve, he played horrific this whole year. This is the first time I felt Mobley took a genuine step forward. I do feel the same way over Ellis. I wish a team could turn injuries like in 2000. Yes, I agree with you. Who cares about the 3-point shooting if he's aggressive and nearly unstoppable? JB gone, I would think. John, I actually think it's time for a change. Don't bring Durant here. Durant would be a nice addition to Emile. LeBron James would be the perfect fit. Does DJ have any trade value at all? Of course he does, yes. I don't know how much because of that contract, but yes, some. Ball game, this Twin Series is literally the season. Tristan, in mid-May? Come on. Tristan, I don't think that. Thank you, Donovan Mitchell. Yes, he was wonderful. JJ Redick wouldn't want to come to Cleveland. We'll see about that. You never know. If we don't win the Minnesota... Oh, boy, Tristan's ready to jump off the bridge. I spoke too soon on Sandlin. Yep, Sandlin came back to what he was previously. What's the problem with JB? Seriously, I'm so confused. He has a hard time manipulating lineups. He has a hard time figuring out plays after timeouts. He gets the most out of some players in certain situations when it's early development, but he has a very hard time getting the team to take that next step. He just doesn't seem to be able to adjust on the fly either. If LeBron is here trying to recruit Donovan away, then, hey, let's not speculate that. LeBron pisses me off sometimes, but without him, the Cavs would be so irrelevant. Blake, I don't know about irrelevant, but boy, it'd be fun to have him back. KD's hair looks like Harry's head. KD's a good player. I don't see JB making it long. I don't either. Keep Garland if LeBron comes? No, I would not keep Garland if LeBron comes. Nope. I would keep Mitchell, obviously, but I think if LeBron comes, I think Garland would go bye-bye. Garland for Ingram, I would do that in a heartbeat. Garland waste of money. It feels that way. Injuries aside, I do feel going to the season, Niang and Strus. What did you say there? Sorry. Weren't the moves needed. I thought Strus actually played a good part of the team. Niang just fell off a cliff and tumbled into the abyss. This isn't over. Texas bullpen is garbage. They are garbage in the bullpen. At least the Browns schedule's out. That was fun, but people criticized me for wearing Browns gear in a Browns release day. Why isn't Kobe's job more in question? It should be Oberello's. I think it is more than what's being reported. When you hear from the insiders, I don't think Kobe Altman's very safe. We need a true small forward. Agreed. Thanks for doing these lives every game. Oh, a guy named Bill. Thank you for being part of it, man. You're the reason why we lost wearing the Browns. Emil Garland's trying too much, crashing the paint when he's 5 foot tall. Stand. Yeah. Get George Niang out of Cleveland. Boy, that march is going to be happening soon. Well, it's over. They lost to the Celtics. It's all over now. It was a good run. The injuries were just too much to mount. It's going to be a big season of what if. You got to wonder what if the Cavs were healthy. They could have beaten the Celtics. I think they could have. But we'll never know. We saw Coach Mitchell with his assistants, LeVert and his assistant, Allen helping out. Hopefully next year they'll all be on the floor at the same time. That would be much more efficient. I'm done with Garland too right now. Garland had a terrible year. It wasn't just a terrible game. It wasn't just a terrible series. It wasn't just a terrible playoffs. He was terrible throughout. I'm afraid the roster's being totally rebuilt. Yeah, 23% in elimination games is not good enough. Marcus Morris almost saved ours. Boy, he was wonderful. Woo! I still have hope for Garland. Boy, Matthew, good for you, man. I'm really down the guy. I Not thrilled. I hope Mitchell signs long term. I hope so too, Oberel's. Him signing long term would be great. Marcus Moore is a keeper. Yes, he is, and he fits well into the city. Sarah, good to see you. Will, good to see you. Matthew, good to see you. Cavs, it's been fun. Morris was great. Morris was great. I would re-sign Morris. Thank God they beat the Magic. I think it's time for a new coach. Morris was so good tonight. Oh, Sarah, he was so good. That's right. And Mobley played like this all series. Man, oh my gosh. Mobley was really good. Last 3 games, he was solid. Should Merrill stay? Yes. Guy can shoot. He's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. And by the way, he'll play because everybody else is injured. LeBron can come and be a player coach. I actually would sign up for that right now. I still think J.A. was healthy and Mitchell didn't get hurt. Of course! Elite car stuff, that's my point. No more Cavs claps for 5 months. I know. It's Guardian claps time. Why are people blaming Kobe Altman? Alyssa, he didn't really do a great job. I mean, he had some signings that didn't really work out at the end. The injuries to the team were frustrating. I think it's fair. It's fair. He is not well liked among some in the city, Alyssa. To be fair. You think TT will come back? I hope so, yes. At least he won the series in Texas. Plot twist, LBJ retires, becomes our coach, and drafts Bronny. That'd be fun. LeBron Cakes, what do you think about getting Bates in there next year? I think he's going to start playing more LeBron Cakes. Boston was absolutely beatable from the start. Yes, he was elite card stuff. I want TT gone. No! I want Tristan here. In fact, before his steroid issue, he was playing really well. No, I don't think he's winning the PGA this weekend. I think it's going to be Mr. Rahm. I used to watch so much golf, but after this live tour, I don't watch as much golf anymore. I used to watch a lot of golf. I don't watch as much anymore. I'm turned off by this live tour. Brown schedule game 10-7. Tatum is such a baby, says Blake Power. Thompson's great for the locker room. Had some good games. Signed him 2 more years. I agree with you. Maybe Tristan could become a coach. Teach us how to rebound. Only bench guys showed up were Morris, TT, and Merrill. Agree. LeVert, Niang, and Strus need to go. Steroids were the reason TT played well. Then take more! Do it for the team. Do it for the city. Live Tour is the death of golf. Agree. Oh, it's awful. Absolutely awful. And I don't care who wins Live Tour. I have no interest in watching it. Champs in 2 seasons with the recent history of the playoffs. I know. Think Browns tickets will go down in price? No. Teach guards they also have to rebound. Yes, that'd be nice. Bring in CP3. Yeah, that'd be fun. CP3 would be fun. He's always injured, though. We have enough players who are injured, Matt. But he's a good player, but he's always hurt. CP3's always hurt. This guy, Peters, blows. He's a horrible pitcher. Well, he is struggling. I'm surprised Xavier Curry's not up yet. There must be some reason why they're keeping him down. I don't quite get it. Xavier Curry's better than this guy. Guardians are going to lose the seasons over dark days for Cleveland sports. Damian, thanks for the lifting note. With this draft free agent market, could be a hell of an offseason. Elite, I hope you're right. At least Cleveland gets a day off tomorrow. Yes, Tristan, I thought the same thing. Time to take a nappy poo. And dream about the Super Bowl and the scheduling game. Without some of us who don't like to talk about the Browns schedule. But I do. I love talking about the Browns schedule. Okay. I'm done. I say au revoir to the Cavs. We're in the 6th inning, bases loaded with this guy Peter on the mound. On a serious note, what happened to Garland? Oh, Damien, watch this show. What happened to Garland the whole season? Any Browns moves you'd make? I would trade for Patrick Mahomes. I think he's very good. And Kelsey. For whatever player they want. He literally fell off. Oh, fell off. Damien, he was terrible. Garland has been terrible this entire season. GM5 months. Tennis Sweet, you got to watch the Guardians with us. What are you going to do for Buckeye football? The Browns, Tennis Sweet, you're not going anywhere. Come back right here. Right here. Good to see you, Marge. Austin, Stacy. No one wants him now. Maybe a bag of chips. Lauren, good to see you. Brimmer, whoever Brimmer is. Brimmer. And Griffin Smith. Who starts quarterback next year for the Buckeyes? Oh, it's that kid Howard at Kansas State. He's very, very good. Ohio State's the best team in the country. Can't wait for the Buckeyes and Browns football. It's going to be here before you know it. Buckeyes are going to be rolling. They have a easy non-conference schedule. A cakewalk. They just got to go play the Ducks in Eugene. That's it. Even the Wolverines would be terrible. Leave him in Boston. he might enjoy it. All right. Have a good night. Let's get some rest before the Guards game is over. I'll be back here for that. Tennis Sweet will be back here too. I know he will. He's not going anywhere. Tough night for our Cavs. Tough season of injuries comes to an end. Hopefully they get better soon. Cram and Abby, good to see you. And a Christy93, good to see you too. Cavs clap. One more time? Should we do one more Cavs clap? Just one more? Does anybody want one more Cavs clap? I don't know. I didn't warm up. This is kind of nerve-wracking. Do one more Cavs clap? All right, Cavs clap. Let's do some Guardians clapping after the game. Molly, Mary, Fenton, and Jay Hawkman. Jay Hawkman, I haven't seen in a while. One more time for the good. Yeah. That Magic series was fun. The injuries, though, were not. See you guys a year after Guards, Rangers.